Hello, I am not too sure about the lighting here, but we'll give it a try. I had my 1-week follow-up appointment from my lap band removal today. Today is August the 31st of 2011, and it was a good appointment, but before I get to that, I got a funny story for you. This goes back to last week when I was in surgery. They gave me some kind of knockout medicine to relax me when they were taking me back into surgery. And so I'm laying there and they're getting me from the gurney onto the operating table, and I'm helping them do that. And so I'm laying there, flat on my back. Behind me up walks 2 or 3 nurses. It's all so foggy. And I think this really happened. I'm not sure. The farther away I get from last Wednesday, the more I'm starting to doubt that it really happened, and maybe I dreamed the whole thing during surgery. But anyway, this is what I remember when I woke up. So I'm laying there and my head's back and laying on my back, and these 2 or 3 nurses walk up and they have on like those surgery caps, and one of them was just plain blue, and this particular one, hers was dark blue with lots of different colored things. I don't know what they were, but she looks down over me, and so I'm looking up, and I'm looking up at her, and she's looking down at me, and she starts in. I really don't even know what she was talking about, but she was trying to be real nice, but she was going on and she was going on, and she was just talking away with this southern accent. And in my head, I don't think I said it out loud, but I might have. I was like, oh my God, she's from Garland, Texas. And then as I was going to sleep, I just remember her face looking down at me, and like what was going through my head was, Kinsey Restricted coming at you. So I fell asleep on the operating table with this imaginary Kinsey just talking away to my face. And when I woke up, I didn't remember it as the first thing when I woke up, but it was a little bit later when I was still in the recovery room. And I was thinking, oh my God, why would I even think Garland, Texas, with this girl talking to me? I know lots of people from Texas, but anyway, I don't know if that happened or if I dreamed it, but it was weird. So anyway, about today's appointment. There really was no surprises. It actually was a good appointment, so no surprises was good. Let's see. He said that and we knew this last week, but I got to hear it with my own ears instead of coming from my husband since I was asleep. So he said that, yes, my band had slipped. These are my words, not his. But it wasn't a major slip. It wasn't like it had completely come off and moved down the stomach all the way or anything. You hear a lot of people that get into trouble with their band and have to go into emergency surgery because they can't get anything down, from their band slip or whatever. So mine was not to that degree, but it definitely was a slip and needed to be repaired. He still stands by the fact that he did not want to reband right then or reposition it. He wanted it out and wants to make a clean shot at it. So in about 2 months or thereabouts, I will be getting a new band. I asked him if he'd put it above or below where the original one was, and he said above. I think I might have mentioned before that he told me that when you reband, you don't put it in the same place. Usually you put it up a little bit higher. And what that does naturally is create a smaller pouch because there's less room. And so having a smaller pouch can create more issues than you might have had in the first time you were banded because your pouch was bigger. So I would assume that I'm going to have to even be a lot more careful than I was before. I still think that if he had his preference and he could wave a magic wand, he would do a sleeve. But my insurance is not going to cover a sleeve. So I am satisfied at this point in time with a new band, and that's the route we're going to go. I was worried, like what about erosion? What about horrible stories, that I've heard? And he said actually, best case scenario, my stomach looked good for having had a slip. So then I said, so are you saying that like it was the best possible outcome that it could be for a slip band? And he agreed that that was how he would categorize it. So anyway, I think that's all good news. If I said I was totally comfortable with being banded again, that would be a lie. I think that experience and education teaches you a lot and puts a lot more caution in you. I can only compare that, well, I can compare it to a lot of things, but the first thing that comes to mind is having kids. I've had 4, and the first few never gave a thought about any complications or anything going wrong or anything like that, but the more I had and the older I got and the more exposure I'd had to issues that had come up with myself or with other people that I knew, the more afraid or respectful, I don't know what you call it, I became of childbirth. And that's probably why us moms, when our daughters get old enough to have kids, are a nervous wreck when it's our daughters in there that are delivering. At least I will be. Incision sites looked good. There was no issues with that. He commented on, that I'm a good healer. I mean, it was really pretty uneventful. So that is my update on my 1 week post lap band removal. One more thing, and I'm going to make this a short video. While I was in the big city today, I stopped at a larger supermarket. We just have small stores here. So when I get around one of the larger grocery stores, I like to stop and pick up this yogurt that they carry at Hy-Vee. It's called Noosa, and I can only find it at Hy-Vee. I've looked on the Noosa website, and there's some other stores that carry it, but none of which are in the Kansas City area. Blueberries, all right, my daughter likes it. I've never tried the honey, but when I was looking for it earlier this week in a different Hy-Vee grocery store and they were completely sold out, there was another lady standing right next to me that was looking for it, and she said the honey's awesome. So I'll try it, but I cannot imagine it being better than strawberry rhubarb. This is some good stuff. Noosa is Greek yogurt, and it's Aussie culture plus Colorado fresh. So I think it's manufactured in Colorado. Yes, it is. Bellevue, Colorado, as a matter of fact. And it is all natural, gluten-free. I need my glasses on. Probiotic from happy cows, never treated with I don't know, I can't read it. A word I'm not familiar with. I'd have to have my glasses on. It looks like little R, B, G, H or something, which probably is something you people that look for healthy organic stuff might know what that means. But I just like it because it tastes good. Calorie and fat wise, it's not good. There's 4 servings in this big mammer jammer, and there's 130 calories. There's 6 grams of fat, which is quite a bit of fat. There's 9 grams of protein, and there's 9 grams of sugars and 14 carbs. I haven't seen it in light, and when I looked online, I didn't notice that they carried it in light. But it's like eating cheese or something. It doesn't taste like yogurt. It doesn't taste like any of the Greek yogurts I've tasted before. It tastes like, when I was a kid, my mom used to buy those little jars of Kraft spreadable cheese, like it had pimento cheese, and there was one with a white cheese with pineapple in it, and it tastes more like that. The first time I tasted it, I was at my desk at work, and I took a bite, and I screamed because it wasn't anything like it was salty or something. I don't know. I screamed, and I went, yuck! And my secretary was like, what is going on? I was going, this is the worst yogurt I've ever eaten. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, no, it's not that bad. And so I took another bite knowing more what to expect, and oh my God, it's so good. So very good. So anyway, that's my update. I don't know that I'll have a lot more in the upcoming weeks because there won't be a lot going on. Just going to be trying to watch my calories, and I did lose a few pounds over this week, so I think 3 point something, because I stuck to liquids and was a good girl and did all that stuff you got to do when they mess with your stomach. So anyway, I can start moving into solid foods now. So that's it, and I will talk to you guys later.